Between you and me, all the good pets die too young. A few weeks ago on a Sunday morning, my family was getting ready to step out the door and go to assemble with the saints. Most folk call that going to church. Now, we have 6 people in our family, and the youngest one is 19 months old, so it's no small feat. Well, she's got little feet, and they're cute. But that's beside the point. It is no small feat to get this group of people out the door on time. But just as we were leaving, we received a call from my mother. One of her precious boys, one of her 2 cats, was run over by a car. My wife is a veterinary technician. She works in emergency clinics. So my parents brought the cat over for her to take a look at. My mom wouldn't come into the house. She was too distraught, so I stayed out with her and tried to offer some comfort. My dad was inside with my wife as she looked the cat over. She had no choice but to rush him up to the clinic. It was a traumatic experience. There was much weeping and wailing over this wonderful little animal. And he didn't make it. Now that was an accident, but had he lived to be a ripe old age, he would maybe have 15, 16, 17 years. And if you're a fancier of the larger breed dogs, such as the Golden Retriever, probably the most kind, loving, loyal, gentle dog ever made, you'll enjoy their companionship for about 10 years. 12 if you're blessed. And then what? Well, you're going to mourn the passing of a friend, a family member. Why is it that the animals that we build close relationships with live such short lives, yet an animal like a desert tortoise can live up to be 100 years old? I've had desert tortoises, and I'm here to break it to you. They're a hard animal to cuddle with. Did you see what I did there with the hard animal to cuddle with, the desert tortoise? You know, because they've got that shell. It's hard. I thought it was funny. What does the Bible have to say about animals? Lots! Proverbs 12:10 says that the person who is right with God has and shows concern for the life of his animals. In Exodus 23 verse 4, the Israelites were told to care for the animals of even their enemies. God loves animals. Their care is important to him. So then, why do these really awesome pets that we love live such short lives? Could it be a blessing from God? In Ecclesiastes chapter 7, the writer says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting." Why? Death reminds us that this life ends. And as much as we love our animals, under normal circumstances, we would rather lose a beloved pet than a mother or father, a brother or sister, a child. The loss of a pet hurts, and it's supposed to. I could tell you story after story of big, tough, burly men weeping openly in front of my wife at the emergency animal clinic when she tells them that their pet, their friend, isn't going to make it. This life is temporary. We are longing for a place where there will be no more sadness. And we've been promised that through the resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth. Let's thank God for the time that we have with our cherished pets. Let's thank him also when we mourn their passing. But here's a question for you. What do you think that we can learn through the love and life of our pets? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, this has been Between You and Me with Michael T., your Great Commission transmission.
You are tuned in to the GCT Network.
This is your Great Commission transmission.
At GCTNetwork.com.
Great Commission transmission. This is your Great Commission transmission.
But just as we were... There's a bug on the lens.